It is Thursday, which means that I cannot watch the Vancouver Canucks game today. Instead, I'll be over at the local rink doing some play-by-play for junior hockey myself. With that being said though, ladies and gentlemen, the Vancouver Canucks have 4 prospects going in to the World Juniors camps. I'll make a video about that tomorrow, but there was one prospect of the Vancouver Canucks that kind of surprised everybody because of his absence from Team Canada's camp at the World Juniors, and that is Jett Woo, 37th overall draft pick by the Vancouver Canucks in the 2018 draft. Jett Woo is a player who was touted as arguably the most physical player of the draft, and he was supposed to go in the first round. He was touted as a first-round quality defenseman over from the Moose Jaw Warriors. He was ranked 26th by Future Considerations, 42nd by Bob McKenzie, 28th by NHL Central Scouting, and the Vancouver Canucks picked him 37th. A lot of people had Woo as a first-round talent, but he didn't go there, and instead, he's a Canucks prospect. This video right here is titled Breakthrough for Jett Woo. I tried really hard to get that rhyming in there, but I think I sort of accomplished it. Right after not being selected for Team Canada's camp, Jett Woo, just yesterday, put up a 4-point game for the Moose Jaw Warriors, and that was great. The reason we're talking about this in such context is because Jett Woo is actually up to 20 points in 22 games played for the Moose Jaw Warriors this season. To put things in perspective, last year in his draft year, he got 25 total points in 44 games. The year before that, he got 22 points in 65 games. So Woo really is climbing up the ranks as he develops throughout the WHL, and I think that it's fair to say that a lot of this development is really recent. The reason I say that is because Jett Woo's game log certainly justifies that argument. In the first 8 games of the WHL season for the Moose Jaw Warriors, Jett Woo only got himself 2 points, 1 goal and 1 assist. The first one being an assist against Swift Current, the second one being a goal against the Brandon Wheat Kings. Now, from this, if we eliminate these 8 games that he first played in the season, Jett Woo is all the way up there at 18 points in 14 games played. That is over a point per game, and this has all been so recent. Throughout the past 14 Jett Woo games, he's only had 2 pointless games. He's had a lot of 1-point games, a lot of 2-point games, but this game yesterday was a 4-point night. He's really starting to put the puck in a little bit more, find teammates a little bit more. He's up to 5 goals right now, which is actually half of his goal total last year in half the amount of games played, which is very linear, but he's getting himself much more assists. Jett Woo is currently on a 6-game point streak going back to November 24th. And in this point streak, he's all the way up there at 10 points, with 1 2-point game, 4 1-point games, and 1 4-point game. A lot of people were quite surprised that Woo didn't make Team Canada's training camp for defensemen, but honestly, I think it's okay. I think Team Canada's D-core is really good already, what with Dobson, Bouchard, and all the guys that they got over there, but Jett Woo is certainly a name that a lot of people are quite surprised to see is not on that list. It's understandable to see why people are quite confused, but at the same time, I think it's also understandable to see why he wasn't on the list. But it's alright, because he's still back in the WHL, tearing things up. That game yesterday was against the Medicine Hat Tigers. It was a 6-5 overtime loss, and this was the game that Jett Woo got the first star with 4 points. The first point of the game was a goal by Jett Woo on the power play. He kind of buries the puck in on the goal line almost. It's like a shot from the point that goes wide, and Jett Woo is like in the Elias Pettersson spot. He buries it on a really tight angle. He might have thrown it off the goalie and in or whatever, but that was his goal of the game. Jett Woo, his second point of the night, which was his first assist. He shoots it on net, and then the rebound gets potted in by his teammate. His third point of the night was a second assist. This one was another pass right out to his teammate. He has the puck, he's circling in, he walks right into the slot, then he feeds it off to the guy in front of him. And then he also got himself one more assist, which Ryan Bache actually didn't post the GIF about, so I can't narrate it for you guys. Spoiler alert, that's how I get all of these clips. But regardless, I think it's okay to acknowledge the fact that Jett Woo has broken through, and he's starting to find that scoring touch. Believe me, Jett Woo wasn't drafted for his scoring touch. He wasn't drafted for his offensive abilities. He was drafted because he's a solid defender who knows how to skate and who can play the body really hard. He made a really big name for himself, banging bodies and being able to do physical plays. And he's stepped that up on the ice as well as his offensive game. Plus, he's got arguably the best name in the Canucks system already. Like, I don't know if you could really top Petrus Palmu, but Jett Woo is a really cool name. And he's also a really good defenseman. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plus, that's Gaming, and bye.